Hey everybody, this is Tammy with you today. Welcome to another fabulous episode of What Can You Do With It Wednesday. I'm here with for Flying Unicorn, and today I'm going to show you something that I just discovered using the new Dazzlers that's in the store, the Shimmerz Paints Dazzlers, and mica powder or Pearl X if you happen to have any on hand. What I did, as you can see on this tag, you can see this back here, the background. I kind of made a glaze type paint with it. And then on the gold is the same. I used the Pearl X to make this background. And then I used Lindy's, because I had multiple colors, to make these flowers, along with a Prima mask that I outlined in ink. Okay, so let's make this simple and easy. What you're going to do is the Shimmerz Paints Dazzlers Spun Sugar. It's in white, and we have it in the Flying Unicorn store. I really like this. It's white, but you can do oh so much more with it if you have mica powders. Alda may be carrying the Lindy Stamp Gang micas in the store. I'm just not sure. But anyways, I'm going to show you this cool technique. All you're going to have to do is bear with me a minute and get everything. I thought I was a little bit more prepared than I am, but I'm not. And this way you can make this go oh so much farther than just what it's meant for. And you're going to use very, very, very little. Now I'm going to show you an example of what just a mica powder looks like without anything, without the Shimmer Dazzlers with it. And I'm using on this one is Daybreak Ruby. And I'm using a water pen, just a little water. Pick it up and blend it up. If you use it like that, it looks more like water paint. Still pretty, it's nice, but I like to see if I can make things do other things that they wasn't typically meant for. So here come with this idea with the Shimmerz, Spun Shimmerz Dazzlers. I noticed that it kind of almost was, it's kind of sheer when you first put it on. So take some of that, blend it right in with the color. I usually do this backwards than what I just did it, but just for time's sake, I'm going to do it like this. And as you can see, that mica powder colors the Shimmerz paint. Just blend it in really good. If you want the it to be a little bit more deeper in color, you can add some more to it. Just blending it in really good, and then it turns into like a glaze. So see, this is where I used it as it's supposed to. And then here is where I use it with the Shimmerz. It's got a nice glazed difference. You can see that. Okay. You can use this just painting it on a project. I did that with this area right here. I used the same color I just used, and then I used the mistletoe green for the vining. Okay, and then for this area, it's with the Perfect Pearls. Let me clean this up right quick, and I'll show you about that. Because it's going to pretty much use, if you got anything Like the Color Shots jars, I've tried it with that. It works. We've got these in the store, I know. And if you get a jar of this, and a jar, you can see how big this is, you will have colors for life. These Color Shots, the Starburst Color Shots, this is in Ramblin' Rose Pink. I know we've got the Color Shots in the store. It's just a bigger version, more or less, of the micas. And it's going to do the same thing. Okay, now the Pearl X. I didn't even add water to the Pearl X. I used a palette knife. I scooped out some. Scoot this over just a little bit. And you do not need a lot. Now, like, this is like a third of a teaspoon. It's just really tiny. And I scoop out just a little dab of that. And then take my paintbrush, and you can see I've just been scooping out the lid, so I haven't even been using a lot at all. Just scoop you out some and blend it right in. And you can make it, again, as deep as you would like. Just add more powder to it. I'm going to use my palette knife and just scrape it off. And it dries perfectly. Use my palette knife to finish kind of blending it in. Make it nice and gold. And then, for example, just lay down a mask. This you can also find in the stores, in the Flying Unicorn store. It is one of the new masks that's out, and I don't have. It's the mini quarterfold. It's the new Crafter's Workshop mask. It's a 6x6, and just take it and spread over it. Same qualities as the Shimmerz, but in a different color. So you can now use those micas in a different way than they are originally meant to be. And make you a tag or color next project. You can, I traced around with an ink pen with the large Prima mask. I should have used a waterproof pen. I thought it was, and it wasn't, but it didn't hurt it too much. And went back over, and if you look, it's got some shimmer to it. Don't know if you can see that very well on camera, but it's got shimmer and looks really pretty on a project for a background. Make your mask a little bit more colorful and stretch your products a little bit farther than what their typical use would be. I mean, had a jar of the spun sugar and white, and you had several different colors in the micas or the Starburst Color Shots. You not only can use them as the water base that they were meant to be used, but you can thicken them up and make them kind of a glaze out of them with the Dazzlers Shimmerz paints. This is spun sugar is what I used. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join us again next week for another awesome tutorial. Thank you and have a great day.